Welcome back to Liberty Coin History, the home of rare coins, paper money, banknotes, metals, gold and silver bullion, and amazing coin collecting discoveries from around the world. If you love searching through pocket change hopping to uncover a hidden treasure, you're in exactly the right place. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible coin story. Today we're starting our countdown of the top 10 most valuable Roosevelt dimes you can still search for, and our very first coin is the famous 1966 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark. At first glance it looks completely ordinary, and millions of people spend these coins every single day without giving them a second thought. But what if I told you that a small number of these dimes have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars because of their outstanding condition or unusual mint errors? Before you spend another dime, make sure you watch until the end of this video. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is one of the most interesting modern U.S. coins because it was produced during a unique period in American coinage history. After the Coinage Act of 1965, the U.S. Mint stopped placing mint marks on circulating coins for several years in an effort to reduce coin collecting and hoarding during a nationwide coin shortage. That means every regular 1966 Roosevelt dime was struck without a mint mark, regardless of which mint actually produced it. Many new collectors believe they have discovered a rare error simply because there is no mint mark. But the real value comes from finding coins with exceptional quality, dramatic mint mistakes, or remarkable preservation that has survived for decades. Now take a close look at your own 1966 dime. Examine the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt and check whether the lettering is sharp and bold. Turn the coin over and inspect the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. If every tiny detail remains crisp, and the coin still has its original bright mint luster without heavy scratches or wear, you could have a much better example than the average circulated piece. Most 1966 dimes found in circulation today have spent decades changing hands through stores, banks, and vending machines, leaving them worn and damaged. Finding one in outstanding condition is becoming more difficult every year. Another reason collectors carefully inspect 1966 Roosevelt dimes is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, machines occasionally produced mistakes that escaped quality control. These include off-center strikes, clip planchets, broad strikes, double strikes, die cracks, die chips, struck through errors, and even dramatic misalignments. While these errors are uncommon, they can transform an ordinary 10-cent coin into a collectible worth many times its face value. The more dramatic and well-preserved the error, the stronger the interest from collectors searching for unusual modern coins. One feature advanced collectors especially appreciate is known as full bands. On the reverse of the Roosevelt dime, the horizontal bands across the center of the torch should appear fully separated and sharply defined. Coins displaying complete, uninterrupted bands are significantly scarcer than ordinary examples because they require an exceptionally strong strike from fresh dies. When a 1966 dime combines brilliant mint condition with full bands details, its desirability increases dramatically among serious numismatists, especially if the coin also receives a high professional grading score. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Two identical 1966 Roosevelt dimes may have completely different values depending on how well they have been preserved. A heavily worn coin that has circulated for decades may only be worth its face value, while an uncirculated example with blazing original luster, almost flawless surfaces, and razor-sharp details could command hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the collector market. That is why experienced collectors always handle coins carefully and avoid cleaning them, because even a light cleaning can reduce collector value. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is polishing or cleaning old coins to make them look shiny. Although a cleaned coin may appear more attractive to the untrained eye, Professional collectors and grading services usually prefer original surfaces. Cleaning can leave fine scratches, remove natural tunning, and permanently reduce the coin's desirability. If you believe you have discovered a beautiful 1966 Roosevelt dime or an unusual era coin, the smartest decision is to leave it exactly as you found it until an expert has examined it. Many collectors enjoy searching through bank rolls because this is still one of the most affordable ways to hunt for valuable Roosevelt dimes. A simple roll of dimes from your local bank may contain coins that have not been closely examined for years. Although most coins will be common, patient collectors occasionally discover attractive uncirculated pieces, interesting mint errors, or varieties overlooked by previous owners. Every roll opened brings the excitement of a possible hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Professional grading can also make a tremendous difference in value. Companies such as PCGS and NGC carefully examine coins, verify authenticity, assign an official grade, and encapsulate them in protective holders. High-grade examples of modern coins are often surprisingly rare because even tiny contact marks can lower a grade. A 1966 Roosevelt dime that earns an elite mint state grade with full bands can attract strong competition whenever it appears at auction. The amazing thing about coin collecting is that incredible discoveries still happen today. Valuable coins are found in pocket change, inherited collections, forgotten jars, and old bank rolls every single year. Most people spend their change without ever looking closely, while collectors know that every coin deserves a careful inspection. Even if your 1966 Roosevelt dime is not a major rarity, learning how to identify quality, strike, and genuine mint errors will make you a better collector and prepare you for the day you uncover a truly extraordinary coin. So before you spend another Roosevelt dime, take a few extra moments to inspect it carefully under a bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look for strong details, original luster, unusual mint errors, and outstanding preservation. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin could surprise you with collector value. That's what makes this hobby so exciting. Every handful of pocket change holds the possibility of an unforgettable discovery. If you've ever found an interesting Roosevelt dime or another valuable coin in your pocket change, stay tuned because the next coin in our countdown is even rarer and could be worth far more than you ever imagined. We're continuing our countdown of the top 10 most valuable Roosevelt dimes you should always look for, and our second featured coin is the 1967 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark. Even though millions of these coins were produced, some hidden examples have amazed collectors with their rarity, beautiful condition, and valuable mint errors. If you have an old jar of coins sitting at home, today's video might encourage you to take a much closer look before spending another dime. At first glance, a dirty and worn 1967 Roosevelt dime may seem completely ordinary. Many people see dark tunning, heavy dirt, scratches, or years of circulation, and immediately assume the coin has no value beyond 10 cents. However, experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Some coins that look neglected have turned out to be remarkable discoveries after careful examination. Dirt itself does not make a coin valuable, but underneath years of natural circulation, there may be outstanding details, a rare mint error, or an unusually well-preserved strike that transforms an ordinary-looking dime into an exciting collectible. The year 1967 holds a special place in modern American coin history. During this period, the United States Mint temporarily removed mint marks from circulating coins in an effort to discourage collectors from hoarding new coins during a nationwide coin shortage. As a result, every regular 1967 Roosevelt dime was struck without a mint mark. Because of this, collectors never judge these coins simply by the missing mint mark. Instead, they focus on condition, strike quality, originality, and unusual minting mistakes that escape the mint's inspection process. If you discover a dirty 1967 Roosevelt dime, the first thing you should do is resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning may make the coin appear brighter, but it can permanently damage its original surfaces and reduce collector interest. Professional collectors often prefer coins with natural aging over coins that have been polished or scrubbed. Tiny hairline scratches caused by cleaning are easy for experts to identify, and they can significantly reduce the value of an otherwise desirable coin. Leaving the coin exactly as you found it is usually the smartest decision. After leaving the coin untouched, examine it carefully under bright lighting with a magnifying glass. Study President Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait and check whether the hair, ear, and facial features remain sharp despite years of circulation. Flip the coin over and inspect the torch, olive branch, and oak branch for crisp details. Even a dirty coin can reveal important characteristics when viewed closely. Sometimes natural dirt hides interesting die cracks, doubled lettering, or other unusual features that become visible only through careful inspection. Collectors also search 1967 Roosevelt dimes for exciting mint errors. Although most coins were struck normally, a small number escaped the mint with dramatic mistakes. Off-center strikes, clip planchets, die cracks, die chips, broad strikes, struck through errors, and multiple strikes are among the varieties that generate strong collector interest. Some mint errors are subtle, while others are obvious enough to notice immediately. When combined with original surfaces and attractive preservation, these unusual mistakes can greatly increase the desirability of the coin. Another important feature collectors appreciate is the strength of the strike. Some 1967 Roosevelt dimes display exceptionally sharp details, including the horizontal bands across the torch on the reverse. These fully separated bands, commonly called full bands, are highly desirable because they indicate an unusually strong strike from fresh dies. High-grade full bands examples are considerably scarcer than ordinary circulated coins and are often sought after by collectors building top-quality Roosevelt dime collections. Condition remains one of the biggest factors affecting value. Most 1967 Roosevelt dimes spent decades moving through cash registers, vending machines, banks, and countless pockets, leaving behind scratches, worn surfaces, and faded details. Finding an example that still displays brilliant original luster, clean fields, and minimal contact marks is becoming increasingly difficult. Because so many examples circulated heavily, outstanding survivors attract much greater attention whenever they appear in the collector market. Many experienced coin hunters continue searching bank rolls because valuable discoveries are still possible. While most rolls contain ordinary circulated dimes, every unopened roll offers the excitement of finding an overlooked high-grade coin or an unusual mint error. Some collectors have searched thousands of coins before making an important discovery, proving that patience and careful observation remain the greatest tools in coin collecting. Every dime deserves a quick inspection because remarkable finds often appear when least expected. If you believe you found a truly exceptional 1967 Roosevelt dime, professional grading may be worth considering. Independent grading services carefully examine authenticity, preservation, strike quality, and overall condition before assigning an official grade. A high-grade certified example with original surfaces and outstanding details can attract significantly more collector interest than an uncertified coin. Certification also provides confidence to future buyers and helps protect the coin for years to come. The beauty of coin collecting lies in the fact that incredible treasures are still hiding in everyday places. Old piggy banks, forgotten drawers, inherited collections, and loose pocket change continue to surprise collectors around the world. While not every dirty 1967 Roosevelt dime will be valuable, every coin offers an opportunity to learn more about American history, minting technology, and the fascinating hobby of numismatics. The thrill of searching, is often just as rewarding as making a valuable discovery. We continue our countdown of the most valuable Roosevelt dimes, and our third featured coin is a fascinating 1970 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an old, dirty 10-cent coin that has spent decades in circulation, but sometimes the most overlooked coins hide the biggest surprises. Before you spend another dime, stay with us until the end because this story might completely change the way you look at your pocket chain. Imagine reaching into an old coin jar that has been sitting on a shelf for years. Among the pennies, nickels, and quarters, you notice a worn and dirty Roosevelt dime dated 1970. Its surface is dark from decades of circulation, the edges are slightly worn, and most people would never think twice before spending it. But experienced collectors know that every coin deserves a careful inspection. A coin that appears ordinary could actually contain a rare striking error, an unusual die variety, or another feature that makes it far more valuable than its face value. The excitement of coin collecting begins with curiosity, and every discovery starts with a closer look. The year 1970 represents an interesting period in modern American coinage. By this time, Roosevelt dimes were already being struck on a copper-nickel clad composition, instead of the earlier 90% silver alloy that ended after 1964. Millions of these coins entered circulation and became part of everyday commerce across the United States. Although most examples are common, collectors continue searching through rolls and old collections because unusual errors and exceptional condition coins still appear from time to time. Every year, new discoveries remind collectors that hidden treasures can remain unnoticed for decades. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that a dirty coin has no value. Natural dirt, tunning, or discoloration often develops after years of circulation and storage. While dirt alone does not increase a coin's worth, it also does not necessarily reduce it. In fact, professional collectors usually prefer original surfaces over coins that have been cleaned or polished. Cleaning can leave microscopic scratches that permanently damage the coin and lower its collector appeal. If you think you have discovered an interesting 1970 Roosevelt dime, the safest choice is to leave it exactly as you found it. Now comes the exciting part. Carefully examine both sides of the coin under bright lighting with a magnifying glass. Look closely at Roosevelt's portrait, the date, the lettering, and the torch on the reverse. Search for unusual doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, struck-through errors, or other minting mistakes. Although these errors are uncommon, they are the kinds of discoveries that collectors dream about finding. Even a small but genuine mint error can transform an ordinary-looking dime into a highly desirable collectible. Another important detail is the overall strike quality. Advanced Roosevelt dime collectors pay close attention to the horizontal bands across the center of the torch on the reverse. When these bands are fully separated and sharply defined, the coin is considered to have full bands details, a feature that indicates a particularly strong strike. Full bands examples are much scarcer than ordinary strikes and become especially valuable when combined with exceptional mint state preservation. Even tiny differences in strike quality can dramatically influence collector demand. Condition remains one of the most important factors in determining value. The majority of 1970 Roosevelt dimes circulated for many years and developed scratches, worn details, and dull surfaces. Finding an example with bright original luster, sharp details, and very few contact marks is becoming increasingly difficult. Because high-grade examples are scarce, collectors compete strongly whenever certified coins with outstanding preservation appear for sale. This is why experienced collectors inspect every dime carefully before deciding whether it deserves a place in their collection. Many successful collectors still search through bank rolls and inherited coin collections, hoping to uncover overlooked treasures. It may sound surprising, but valuable coins continue to be discovered in the most ordinary places. A forgotten coin album, an old family collection, or even loose change from the grocery store can sometimes reveal an unexpected rarity. The thrill of searching keeps collectors motivated, because every coin offers another chance to make an exciting discovery that others have missed. If your coin appears especially unusual, professional authentication can make all the difference. Reputable grading services carefully inspect coins for authenticity, condition, and any significant mint errors before assigning an official grade. Certification not only protects the coin, but also gives collectors and buyers confidence in its authenticity. A certified high-grade Roosevelt dime with a significant mint error can attract far more attention than an uncertified example, especially when offered at auction. Patience is one of the greatest qualities every coin collector can develop. Rare discoveries seldom happen overnight, but careful searching and continuous learning greatly improve the chances of finding something special. Every dirty Roosevelt dime tells a story of decades spent passing from one owner to another, and occasionally one of those stories ends with an incredible discovery that surprises even experienced collectors. That possibility is what keeps millions of people fascinated by the hobby year after year. As we continue exploring valuable Roosevelt dimes, remember that knowledge is your greatest tool. Learning how coins were made, understanding mint errors, recognizing outstanding condition, and avoiding common mistakes like cleaning can help you recognize opportunities that others overlook. Even if your next coin is not worth a fortune, every search teaches valuable lessons and brings you one step closer to an unforgettable discovery hiding somewhere in your pocket chain. We continue our countdown of the top 10 most valuable Roosevelt dimes, and our fourth featured coin is the 1978 D Roosevelt dime. Although most examples are only worth 10 cents, certain coins have surprised collectors with impressive values because of their condition, striking quality, and rare mint errors. At first glance, a dirty 1978 D Roosevelt dime may appear completely ordinary. The coin may have spent decades passing through cash registers, vending machines, piggy banks, and pockets before finally ending up in your hands. Its surface may be dark with natural tunning, covered with dirt from years of circulation, and marked with scratches from everyday use. Most people would never imagine that a coin like this deserves a closer look. However, experienced collectors know that valuable discoveries often begin with the most ordinary-looking coins. A worn appearance does not always mean a coin has no collector value. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Roosevelt dimes in 1978, each identified by the small D mint mark located just to the left of the date on the front of the coin. While the majority entered circulation and remain common today, collectors continue searching these coins because a small number escape the mint with unusual characteristics. Mint errors, exceptional strikes, and high-grade survivors have become increasingly desirable among collectors who appreciate modern United States coinage. Whenever you discover a dirty 1978 D Roosevelt dime, your first instinct might be to clean it until it shines like new. That is one of the biggest mistakes a collector can make. Professional numismatists strongly recommend leaving coins in their original condition because cleaning can permanently damage the delicate surface. Even gentle rubbing can leave tiny scratches that reduce collector appeal. Original surfaces, even if they appear dark or naturally toned, are usually preferred over cleaned examples because they preserve the coin's history and authenticity. After resisting the temptation to clean the coin, examine it carefully under bright light with a magnifying glass. Look closely at Roosevelt's portrait, the lettering, the date, and especially the Denver mint mark. Turn the coin over and inspect the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. Search for unusual doubling, die cracks, die chips, clipped planchets, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or struck through errors. Although these mistakes are uncommon, they represent the types of discoveries that can transform an ordinary dime into a highly collectible coin. Collectors also pay close attention to strike quality. The strongest examples display sharply defined details throughout the design, especially the horizontal bands across the torch on the reverse. Coins with fully separated torch bands, often called full bands, are much scarcer than ordinary examples because they require exceptional striking pressure and fresh dies. When a 1978 D Roosevelt dime combines full bands with outstanding preservation, it becomes significantly more attractive to advanced collectors seeking the finest known examples. Condition is perhaps the single most important factor affecting value. Most 1978 D dimes circulated for years before being removed from circulation, leaving behind worn details, contact marks, and faded luster. High-grade examples with brilliant original surfaces are much harder to find today than many people realize. Because so few coins survive in nearly perfect condition, collectors are often willing to pay substantial premiums for exceptional certified examples that display remarkable eye appeal. One exciting aspect of coin collecting is that remarkable discoveries continue to happen every year. People have uncovered valuable coins inside old family collections, forgotten coin jars, inherited estates, and even ordinary bank rolls. Every time you receive change from a store, you have another opportunity to inspect your coins. While most will be common, it only takes one unusual discovery to make all the searching worthwhile. That possibility keeps collectors fascinated generation after generation. If you believe your 1978 D Roosevelt dime displays something unusual, consider having it examined by a professional grading service. Certification verifies authenticity, assigns an official grade, and protects the coin in a secure holder. Certified coins are generally easier to sell because buyers have confidence in their authenticity and condition. A high-grade 1978 D Roosevelt dime with full bands, or a dramatic mint error, may attract significant attention whenever it appears in the marketplace. Patience is one of the greatest qualities every successful collector develops. Rare coins are not found every day, but careful observation dramatically increases your chances. Every dirty dime has a story to tell, reflecting decades of circulation and countless transactions. Sometimes hidden beneath years of wear lies a remarkable coin that has escaped notice for generations. That possibility makes every handful of change exciting and every coin worth examining. The wonderful thing about coin collecting is that knowledge often becomes more valuable than luck. By learning how Roosevelt dimes were produced, recognizing important mint errors, understanding grading standards, and appreciating original surfaces, you develop the skills needed to identify opportunities that others overlook. Even if today's discovery is not worth a fortune, every coin you examine adds to your experience and prepares you for the day you uncover something truly extraordinary. Thank you for watching Liberty Coin History. We hope you enjoyed learning about these Roosevelt dimes and why collectors continue searching for outstanding examples. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. Leave a comment below telling us the oldest Roosevelt dime you have ever found or whether you've ever discovered a valuable mint error in your pocket change. Stay tuned because the next coin in our countdown may be even more surprising, and it could already be waiting in your collection without you even realizing it.